When we are discussing about mobiles, so often we come across the words like 14 nanometer processor or 10 nanometer processor or 20 nanometer processor. Actually, what is meant by this? Hi all, this is Prasad from onlytech, and today we are discussing about the differences between these. That means we are discussing about what is 14 nanometer, what is 10 nanometer, what is 20 nanometer, or what is 7 nanometer, or actually what is a nanometer. The term nanometer basically talks about the lithography of a processor. Again, you may ask the question, what is lithography? A lithography is nothing but the arrangement of transistors within a processor. Basically, a CPU consists of transistors, and lithography talks about or refers to how the transistors are arranged within a processor. The thumb rule here is lower the lithography, faster and efficient the processor will be. This is because in a processor, when transistors are close to each other, the amount of distance traveled by the electrons is short when the processor is working. As the distance traveled by the electrons is less, the resistance and heat production also reduces, which is going to increase the efficiency and performance of the processor. So, that means lower the lithography. That means if the transistors are arranged close to each other, then the amount of distance that is traveled by the electrons when actually the processor is working is going to be less, and because the amount of distance traveled by the electrons is less, then the power consumed will be less and the heat generated will be less. Because of this, the processor is going to become more efficient. That is why a 10 nanometer processor with lower lithography is more efficient when compared to 14 nanometer processor. Similarly, a 7 nanometer processor with much more lower lithography is more efficient and powerful when compared to 10 nanometer processor. Recently, we have seen iPhone XS with a 7 nanometer processor, which is assumed to be more efficient than a 10 nanometer processor. Also, Huawei recently introduced the processor Kirin 980, which is again is a 7 nanometer processor, and again which is assumed to be more efficient when compared to a 10 nanometer processor. So, hope this video will give you sufficient idea about what is a nanometer of a processor, or what is a 10 nanometer, or what is 20 nanometer processors. If you like this video, please subscribe to the video, please like and please share. Thank you all.